Want to speak real Turkish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at turkishclass101.com.
Herkese merhaba. Ben Seda. Hoş geldiniz. Welcome to turkishclass101.com. Nasılsınız? Today we will talk about family culture in Turkish. Aile kültürü. Okay, first, today I will start a little differently. Before talking about the culture, I will give you some idioms, some sentences about family to give you a gist of how we perceive family, okay? Etle tırnak ayrılmaz. Etle tırnak ayrılmaz. You cannot separate nail and cuticle. This means like siblings are like nail and cuticles, and it doesn't matter how hard they fight, they are destined to be together. Another one. Cennet anaların ayakları altındadır. Cennet anaların ayakları altındadır. Heaven is under the feet of mothers. This glorifies motherhood, as you can guess. Another one. This is an interesting one. Let me check. Baş kırılır, börk içinde kalır. Kol kırılır, yen içinde kalır. Baş kırılır, börk içinde. Kol kırılır, yen içinde. This is a little harder to translate. It means when you have a problem in the family, you don't talk about it outside the family. It's like a mafia in Italian movies. Anyway. It literally means if you break your head, it stays in the Turkic traditional head, and if you break your arm, it stays in the fur, so nobody sees it that you broke somewhere. As you can see, it is from nomadic Turkish times. Now people only say kol kırılır, yen içinde kalır, and I don't think a lot of Turkish people know what yen and börk is. These are not regular daily life vocabulary. Börk is a traditional Turkic hat from before the Ottoman times actually. And yen is a coat made of animal fur while they were hunting and blah blah blah. And I think these were to give you an idea of traditional Turkish family matters. I will explain further. However, I have to say these will be generalizations. Everybody is different, and there are all kinds of families out there. We have 80 million people living in this country, and with modern life, I think all families around the world look very similar to each other, like having less kids, commuting between work and home, dealing with modern day life, adopting animals, living in smaller apartments, and so on. Okay, now let's start. Yasa, law. Yasa. Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Anayasasına göre aile Türk toplumunun temelidir. Türkiye Cumhuriyeti Anayasasına göre aile Türk toplumunun temelidir ve eşler arasında eşitliğe dayanır. According to the Constitution of Republic of Turkey, the family is the foundation of Turkish society and is based on equality between spouses. The civil law got updated years ago about equality between spouses. Before this update, the husband was seen as the head of the household. But right now, both spouses are equal in every aspect of marriage legally. Türk aile yapısı. Turkish family structure. Türk aile yapısı. For Turkish people, family is still the most important social institution. Although divorce rates are getting higher and higher, traditional family structure are still the basis of society. In rural areas, large families are more common, What I mean is like families are more crowded with more kids and aunts, uncles, grandparents all living together. But in big cities, generally families are made of like kids and parents. Okay? Saygı, respect. Saygı. There's a series, Turkish series called Saygı. Aile büyüklerine saygı Türkler için çok önemlidir. Aile büyüklerine saygı Türkler için çok önemlidir. Respect to elders are very important to Turkish people. Married couples move out to start their own families in their separate houses in big cities especially, but they do take care of their parents in old age. Old age houses, yaşlı bakım evleri, they are not very common in Turkey. We have some, of course, but generally families take care of each other through thick and thin. And this is actually both ways. Parents of young adults also help out the new couple, sometimes by cooking for them, cleaning for them, taking care of grandchildren, even helping out with money and other stuff. I mean, in general, family bonds are very strong and always there, and moving out doesn't change much. Okay, the next title is Ailedeki roller. Roles of family members. Ailedeki roller. Generally, the family lives close to each other, and that's how they help each other out. And although the traditional families, there are gender-based roles, in younger generations, these roles fade away. In younger generations, both man and woman work so that they earn their own money, and they spend it together, they raise their kids together, and although it's much more equal from the previous generations, taking care of the kids and the house is generally on the woman. And sometimes even though the woman also has a full-time job, she also takes care of the house and the children. So there's a long way to accomplish full equality between genders in real life. And in more traditional families, the husband is the breadwinning member of the home, and while the woman takes care of the household and the children. And in most traditional houses, even the girls in the family are treated different than the boys, where boys have more freedom. As I said before, modern lifetimes has made changes in traditional family culture. Women participate more in economic activities outside the home, but unfortunately, as I stated before, this has added extra burden on the woman, and not all men helps out with the domestic chores, so woman has to do it all. Hopefully this will get better in the future with each new generation. Bayramlar, seyranlar, feasts. We talked about this before. Even though we have different religions in Turkey, most people are Muslim, and religious Muslim holidays are celebrated very similar. We have two religious holidays, bayrams, Ramazan and Kurban. Although there are differences in celebration of these festivals, religiously, culturally they are celebrated very, very similar, I think, in every home, with a huge bayram meal, visiting relatives, visiting parents, visiting grandparents, and enjoying each other's company. Akrabalar, relatives. Turkish people are very into relatives. I don't know how to explain this, but we have lots and lots of relatives, cousins and cousins and cousins, and all relatives from both sides, the fathers and the mothers, are considered as part of the family. And it's not uncommon to have like dozens of uncles, aunts, cousins all together. And let me give you some vocabulary on the family members. Kuzen, cousin, kuzen, kuzen. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. I love my cousin very much. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. Kuzenimi çok seviyorum. Amca. Amca. Paternal uncle. We have different uncles. Paternal, maternal. Paternal uncle, amca. Amcam babamdan kısa. My paternal uncle is shorter than my father. Amcam babamdan kısa. Dayım, maternal uncle. Dayı. Benim dayım yok. I don't have a maternal uncle. Benim dayım yok. Teyze. Maternal aunt. Teyze. Teyze, anne yarısıdır. Maternal aunt is half of a mother. Teyze, anne yarısıdır. This is actually an idiom, by the way. It's people say this. Teyze, annenin yarısıdır. Hala. Paternal aunt. Hala. Halam Amerika'dan geliyor. My paternal aunt is coming from US. Halam Amerika'dan geliyor. Okay, let's keep going. This one is sometimes weird to people from Western world, but display of affection between family members is very common. We are like touchy people, we hug, we kiss, we ask, we question, and like Turkish people can be found too much involved. And we love to ask about family, even in business meetings. So don't feel weird if you are like talking business with a Turkish person and get asked about your spouse or kids or parents even. And you can get asked if you think about marrying or having kids or about your parents, and this is normal. Talking about family is like a conversation starter for us. So don't get offended or something like that. Just answer as much as you want. Okay, food. Food. Yemek. Food is part of our culture. I think most of the cultures. But even the food culture is maybe a little different than the Western countries, a little. Even in younger generations, cooking at home is very common. We love home-cooked meals and we are ready to prepare it. If a newly couple is very busy working outside home, their parents can help out with the cooking. Of course, eating out or ordering in is an option, but it's more like a special occasion than a daily, regular activity. This is not the way we eat generally. As I said before, these are generalizations, but mostly true. Okay, I'm done for now. We have different videos about weddings, funerals, holidays, food and stuff. And you can get the idea of Turkish society by watching them all. So what do you think? Which parts are similar to your culture or very different than yours? And tell your nationality and write about your own culture in the comments. I love seeing comments from all over the world. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Görüşmek üzere, hoşça kalın. Kendinize iyi bakın.
Your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.